Off we go from Denver. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Jerry Jeudy took a step back from his rookie numbers in 2021 while battling an ankle injury throughout the season. They're definitely hoping the arrival of Russell Wilson can help him reach his ceiling as a former 15th overall pick. Jeudy came through there with a chain-moving catch.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Tua sets up to pass it. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Off a play action, Tagovailoa. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 35 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Dolphins have got it. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Tua. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Tua going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And again, it's Tagovailoa. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. Tua now on 1st down. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Here's Mostert. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Raheem Mostert, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, good return up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier Howard. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. After the turnover, it's Tua.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. Now Wilson.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Now Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some.
Touchdown, Dolphins!
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on fourth down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side. And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed. Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end. Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. 2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down. Now Wilson on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Tua on the bootleg here.
Making the catch, the running back Raheem Mostert.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Gordon on 1st down.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Out to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
They go play action now. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Here we go, set, red, 38.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime.
All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. 36 yards on the play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Here's Tua. Touchdown!
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson on the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Wilson now off the bootleg. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Buying time to his left. Nifty move. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Again, Gordon.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to at least get 1 score back.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Edmonds running out of the shotgun.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Running the counter with Mostert.
A beautiful fake.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 45 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Tua with a throw brought in by Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On second down, this is Edmonds. And they'll get this down to the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
You know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos from back at their own 10-yard line. Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson to throw. Rolling to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
From the 36, Wilson. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now. From the shotgun, Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, 33 yards. And the Dolphins start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Washington now brings this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
A spectacular catch by Sutton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Wilson.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. that escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
I'll give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never hit.